Hello and welcome to the Inspiration Reports. We'll be getting started in just a few moments. Grab yourself a beverage and get ready to be inspired. All right, once again, good morning and welcome to the Inspiration Report. We are super excited to have you here, and we are the Inspiration Report team. What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Hey.
Yeah,
Good to see you guys. It's been a while.
What's going on with our pink, man?
I know. It's like it's fading fast here. I have a light pink shirt on, but my camera is obviously not doing it justice. I can see, Jose, you have a light pink shirt on too. It looks really nice. Nice pink polo shirt.
I tried.
Yeah, you did good. And then Sean Brown, you look like you have really dark pink on, but it's looking red in the shot.
It's a magenta pink hue, I'd like to call it.
A pinkish hue.
Yes, there you go.
All right. Well, we are back. We missed you all last month in July, but we were having really great vacations and all that kind of stuff. So we appreciate you letting us have a little bit of time off in July. But we are back, baby. We are back big time, and we are jumping on the bandwagon. Right, Sean?
We had to do it. How
Yeah.
could we ignore it?
For the last 4 weeks have been crazy with news on Barbie. Barbie has just reached $1 billion in ticket sales around the world, and so we are jumping on that. It's super, super crazy, right?
It's like she won the Powerball.
Yeah.
Right? She played the lottery and she won.
Yeah. And I keep seeing posts about it. So I have a bunch of friends on Facebook, and people are going en masse. So they're going with like teams of people. There's like 7 or 8 people going to see the movie together. It really brought a lot of people together. And of course, I haven't seen it yet. So I will go out and see it before it gets out of the theater. But I've been just a little bit busy and I need to get out. But yeah. Did you see it, Sean and Jose? Did you all see it?
Not yet. Unfortunately, I haven't had the pleasure to see the movie.
Okay, Sean, how about you?
I have not seen it yet either. I have to.
We have to see it, man. We have to see it. Well, I have a confession to make to both of you, though, before we get started. And that is, I am a grown adult, but yes, I do have a Barbie. I have a classic 2017 hipster Barbie collection. Josh. This is Josh. And Josh has a man bun. And Josh has a very fancy outfit on. And we got Josh back in 2017 because I have a good friend named Josh who is currently over in France getting his PhD. And Josh had this same outfit, and he had a man bun. So we used to do adventures with Josh, and we used Josh's voice to like wander around with the Barbie doll. You know, it kept us busy, that kind of thing. So here's my Barbie. I'm admitting it. I'm a Barbie kind of guy, so there you go. He also comes out at Brainstorm sessions. We use him for the Force Connection exercise, where I have people kind of talk about what he brings to the world and make a list of it and get inspired by all the things that Josh has to offer. So that is Barbie Josh. Oh, and there's Josh right now. Adventuring Academic is my buddy Josh. Thank you, Josh, for inspiring the Barbie doll. Excellent.
Kosh. K-O-S-H. Kosh.
Amazing. So let's just jump right into it. The first thing I want to do, though, is I want to welcome some newbies to the crowd here. I've had a lot of great jobs in the last month and a half, so welcome to my Disney distribution marketing friends. Welcome to Advent Health. I was with them last week. What a great group of people. I hope they are joining us today. Welcome to, of course, all of our new and returning Taco Bell guests. Welcome to our new Habit Burger guests. We've got some clients from Habit Burger joining us too today. Yum Operations, welcome to them. And also a group called NG Energy, an energy company that is all around the U.S. welcome to you all. And of course, welcome to our returning VIPs already in the audience. I see Anthony, I see Liz, I see Diana. What's up, Diana? Good to see you. And of course, Sarah Miller out there too. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you all ready to get this party rolling?
I am ready.
Yes,
and of
sir.
course, as always, Lee, shameless plug.
Yep.
We are happy to eat anything on air, to check our blood pressure, happy to discuss sponsorship opportunities. You just let us know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I did get one from Minecraft, but I wasn't quite sure if that was a right fit, but I can test it out for us if you want.
Yeah.
All right. So, of course, you all know the guidelines. The guidelines here are basically the same as if we do this in a broadcast or if we come to you and do a brainstorming session. And that is, we're going to keep the conversation positive and open-minded. We're going to share the air with everyone, make sure everybody gives each other a chance to speak in the chat. Jose is going to help us with that, and any of those chat bots that happen to join us, we're going to kick them out. Please be respectful to each other. Of course, build and yes and. If you have seen one of the things that we've shown you and you have experience with it, please build on that. Please yes and. Pay it forward. If you see one of these articles that you think would impress a friend of yours or inspire a friend of yours, we have a link tree at the end. Jose will post that link tree, and then we will hopefully, you'll be able to copy that link and send it to your pal, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun. Does that sound good to you, fellas? Does that sound all right?
I always like fun.
Yes.
Like someone said, okay, Barbie, let's go party.
Yeah.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I say
Let's
we
go.
do that. All right, let's just get started here. I'm going to go ahead and put us in the right frame, and here we are. And Sean, I believe you may be up.
Actually, Mr. Lee, this is you and all of us.
Oh, nice. Yes. So the reason we did this, sorry about that, Sean. The reason that we did this is because it is Barbie mania out there. Like it's.
Gosh.
I mean, it was not only a publicity machine, but the movie just garnered so much attention. You heard me say they just recently announced that they have $1 billion of ticket sales around the world. And there's really no escaping the Barbie core movement that's basically sweeping the globe. The marketing department at Warner Brothers has been basically working overdrive for this, and they've had let's see what it's kind of. It's 145 million in a production budget, which is already paying off, and they've made 165 million in North America, and is studying 337 million globally. So. It's a really record-breaking debut, and it still starts to have the numbers. So they did a lot of really great partnerships. They did a lot of really great activations. They did something at Comic-Con this year. They brought the Barbie in her Corvette in Barbie Land. It was just no shortage of great ideas for the Barbie campaign.
And Lee, so those numbers, this article I think is probably a week old at this point, right?
Okay.
Of what it's brought in. But what was fascinating is, I mean, their activations were global. It wasn't like, oh, well, we'll start in the US or we'll start in Asia or whatnot. It's like everything just exploded all at once globally. And it also wasn't hey, we're going to work with one brand and they're going to activate in multiple markets. Some cases they were activating brands just in one market internationally. It's just amazing.
And it was cross demographics, if you ask me too, because I saw a lot of marketing that was geared towards definitely more than millennials. So there was some Gen X marketing out there. There was some millennial. There was some Gen Z marketing, and of course, kids loved it too. So there was a lot of kid partnerships as well, which is like I said, a movie that crosses demographics. This is a really a great anomaly, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder
guys,
too,
we have a really cool. Sorry, Sean.
Yeah,
we have a really cool, interesting comment on the chat. So Cool Cat says that she just saw the movie and she loved it, but she's she's the target demographic basically. 26-year-old woman who played with Barbies as a child. And she imagines that all the college sororities preparing for Rush Week right now and are going to go Barbie crazy. I think it's like the next Harley Quinn kind of thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, and thanks Cool Cat 4711. And Cool Cat, if you want to tell us your first name, we would love to know that because it seems like you may be new, so we want to know who you are so we can say hi to you on the chat.
It might be Cat. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, Sean. Let's see what we got next up here.
oh my gosh!
Stand by.
Oh, Anne. Hi, Anne. Thank you, cool
Oh,
cat.
Ann, what's
Hey,
up?
go
Ann.
Gators.
Yeah, nice.
Go Gators.
All right, Sean. Let's see. Is this yours? Is this you?
From now on, I'll be known as Subway Brown. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
change your name. Come on, this is great.
Well, and here's the thing. So my family, we were talking about it actually just last night. The insanity here is over 10,000 people, article from 3 days ago, over 10,000 people have registered to be selected by Subway to then officially change their name. So the company will pay for all the legal fees and everything to changing their first name to Subway. And by changing their first name to Subway, they get free sandwiches for life.
Wow.
I didn't realize there's 37,000 franchises in more than 100 countries, and Subway was having some challenges, losing out to competition, not being reviewed as well. So they've been investing money into, I think the latest thing was fresh sliced meats like Jersey Mike's.
Yep.
But here I swear Subway did this once before too, or maybe there was someone else like, hey, get a tattoo of our
Yeah.
company name on your body and you get something for free. But
That's
I'm
commitment
just
right
not
there.
up for changing my name to Subway.
Well, I mean,
Right?
and also, how many people are going to name their baby Subway just to try to get in the contest around this time? You know?
Right, the baby.
Yeah,
Not
they're gonna-
myself. Well, I'll name my baby. Is that worth at least half a sub?
That'll be a
for the
great
rest of my
story
life?
when you introduce yourself in your first job 22 years from now. So,
Guys, did you ever watch Community, the show?
Tell me.
No. Okay, so there was this one episode in which they created a guy, like a person his name was Subway, and there was a new Subway coming into the university, and they built a whole persona around him, and he later on couldn't identify himself as anything else but a Subway. And I found that hilarious, and it's so surreal that now they are actually doing something like it.
Wow.
Wow.
Truly incredible. All
If
right.
my last name was Station, then I might consider it. Right.
You never know. There might be someone out there. All right,
That's right.
Jose, you are up.
Yes. So, as you may know, Heinz is a classic brand with a long history, but they're not resting on their laurels. They're always looking for new ways to connect with consumers and stay ahead of the curve. That's why they're launching this new campaign, which is all about creativity and risk taking. They're partnering with some of the internet's most infamous viral sensations like Rebecca Black and Kyle Craven to create a line of limited edition sauces. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rebecca Black, the girl who sang Friday, and Kyle Craven, who the kid that the bad luck Brian meme. Well, yeah, they're the same people. And Heinz is betting that their 15 minutes of fame is still enough to generate buzz for their new sauces. I think it's a bold move, but it's also a smart one. Heinz is tapping into nostalgia on the internet's love of memes to create a campaign that's sure to get people talking. But the campaign is about more than just nostalgia and memes. It's also about creativity and risk taking. Heinz is not afraid to partner with people who are different, and they're not afraid to take risks. That's something that I really admire about this campaign. It's a reminder that brands do not have to be boring or predictable to be successful. They can be
Right.
creative
Yeah.
and risk taking at the same time, and they can still connect with consumers on a genuine level. So this is mostly targeted to Gen X because like this is where this whole meme area came from. So just as an encouragement, I encourage you to check out Heinz's 15 minutes of flavor campaign. It will be in different restaurants, and they even created a memorized game that people can connect and interact with them and see where are the spots that they can go and check the sauces.
That is awesome. Heinz really does. We've covered them like at least 3 times this year. They've done some really interesting stuff. So
Yeah. And Diana says on the chat, my vote is for Barbie pink ketchup.
Just wait,
That's a new one,
Diana.
Heinz.
You're gonna get
Yeah.
your dream's gonna come true here in just a few moments.
Oh yes,
Definitely.
All right, we move from Heinz to one of my faves, Chipotle. And let me just tell you that Chipotle is, we're all worried about AI and robots taking over our job. But sometimes we really
Right.
need AI and robots to help us out a little bit. And the volume that of guacamole that Chipotle makes is certainly justification to get this new system. So I'm going to play this video while I talk about it because I don't have any audio on this video. But basically, Chipotle has made a machine that preps their avocado awesome what do you call it guacamole, and it steps up the production of this guacamole. It makes it easy for people that are working there, and make sure that you always have guacamole when you get there. We know that the automation has been done in other places. So a couple other like White Castle employs Flippy, the robot that flips the burgers for you, and we have a tortilla chip making buddy called Chippy. But this is Autocado, which actually makes 25 pounds of what do you call it? Guacamole. I'm blanking on guacamole. 25 pounds of it.
Guacamole.
I'm telling you. No, I love it. It's just truly amazing, right? So it hasn't actually opened yet. It takes between 50 and 70 avocados for one batch of what they do, and avocado potentially will save 50% of the time it takes for them to actually make that. So just like, again, automation that's helping out people. It's still brand new, so it hasn't actually been rolled out in any stores. It's being tested at Chipotle's Cultivate Center, where the chain tests all their new tech and recipes. So there's no timeline for it yet, but who knows? Maybe next time you go to Chipotle, you will have robot-created guacamole. And Sean, I just got to brag to you. I seriously think that my guacamole recipe is the best, so I will put it up against your guacamole recipe every day, just so you know. So. And
Challenge accepted.
the secret,
Hey,
the
this is
secret
a- this
is
is a
lemons,
three- this is a
lemons
three-way
versus
fight.
lime. What'd you say, Jose?
I can join as well. This is
Oh,
a three-way fight. I can
oh
join as
yeah,
well.
my
You can
secret
try
is
guacamole whenever you want.
more lemon and a little bit of cumin, and you got yourself a party. So there you
I
go.
love it.
My
The
secret is
guac off.
the walk off.
Yeah, anybody
See,
else out there want to
think
join the walk off? We'll do that.
we
All
got to
right.
figure out how to do. We got to figure out how to do things like this, like where we could send stuff out to some of the
challenge.
The viewers, the watchers, right?
Yeah, it's like America's Video Challenge.
Yep.
All right, tell us about the Airbnb Barbie.
Yeah,
Great.
I struggled with this headline, but you get the point. So, throughout the report today, we're going to have a few different examples of some of the really big, really crazy
This is
marketing
really big.
executions partnerships. So, Airbnb, right? Airbnb does really great promotional stuff, and they don't seem to stop, right? They take advantage of the holidays and working with other partners. So while Barbie is away, Ken is listing his room in her iconic Malibu dream house on Airbnb, bringing Barbie's all pink world back by popular demand. So it's all about Ken taking over on the Malibu dream house. And it is located in sunny Malibu. It's an oceanfront mansion, features panoramic views. All the stays will be free of charge because Ken couldn't figure out how to put a price on Barbie's Malibu dream house. After all, Ken's thing is beach, not math. I love that line.
That's amazing. So do you get how many nights can you stay? Is it only a one night thing, or can you like stay for a week? Because it says it's free.
You get 2 nights. You
Wow.
get 2 nights, and I think they're giving away 2 different 2 stays for 2 different dates. Yep.
Yeah,
But really brilliant. I mean, the house is crazy. Right?
Yeah. Look at how it's like huge.
Crazy.
It's so perfect. I mean, do you have to like take a pink vacation after that? Like you can't look at any more pink after being exposed to so much pink.
Right. That's right.
Seriously
It'd be interesting
crazy.
to see what they do with this after. Right.
Yeah, and
If I
who?
was Mattel, I would continue using this like the Castle Suite at the Magic Kingdom, right? At Walt Disney World.
Or the Home Alone experience.
Right,
at
right, I
Airbnb as
remember,
well,
yeah.
Right. We covered that one a few months ago, and we also covered a different one from Barbie. I think it was 2 months ago, and it was also in the California area. So I think California itself is really going deep on Barbie.
Yeah,
Hopefully
definitely.
it works for them. I don't know.
All right. Let's move on. Jose, this one is yours. Ban the bag in New Zealand.
Yes. So, for those of you who don't know, New Zealand is a country that is committed to sustainability. They've set ambitious goals to reduce their environmental impact, and they're taking steps to make sure that their economy is sustainable for the long term, which we should all do.
Yes.
One of the ways that New Zealand is working to become more sustainable is by banning single-use plastic produce bags. These bags are a major source of pollution, and they can take up to 100 years to break down in the environment. Not to mention the contamination on water and the probability of fish and turtles eating them. The ban on single-use plastic produce bags went into effectivity on July 1st, 2023, this year. This means that grocery stores in New Zealand can no longer offer these bags to customers. Instead, customers will need to bring their own reusable bags when they go shopping. I personally think that this is a great move by New Zealand. It's a small step, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And it's a step that other countries can follow, right? So if you're looking for a more sustainable way to shop, be sure to bring your own reusable bags to the grocery store. It doesn't hurt you. And if you don't have any reusable bags, you can always buy them at the store. Just make sure they're not made of plastic.
Exactly.
And remember, even if you're not in New Zealand, you can still make a difference. You can reduce your plastic consumption by bringing your own reusable bags in the store, and you can just decide to take the plastics inside of the supermarket. I've seen that a lot, actually. People just buy produce and they put the plastic bags inside of the garbage of the supermarket. So it's their responsibility to figure out what they're going to do with it. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I have a lot of those bags. I have a lot of Publix bags specifically, and I remember using a Publix bag at one of their competitors, and the person actually gave me a hard time, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm saving the environment for your kids. Why don't do that?"
Exactly. Like, I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah.
Your bags are not that pretty. I'm sorry.
We have a couple fun comments from our last slide. Both Sarah and Diana said they heard that there was a national shortage of pink paint because of the need for the Barbie movie sets. So hopefully you weren't painting a bedroom in your house pink because you probably couldn't find any.
Crazy. That is crazy.
This is
crazy. This is
crazy. I know why you gave this one to me, Sean. This is like the dude, right? So here's this dude that decided that he wanted to basically create his own sovereign land, and he bought an 11-acre plot in the California desert, and now it's ruled by him. He's a sultan, and he's looking and attracting thousands of citizens for an escape from everyday life. So in late June, at about 102 degrees, a small crowd gathered in a desolate plot of land that far reaches the California desert. They had a flag high above, a concrete square, and they basically asked people to register with their border police and enter into their faux community, which is called Slowjamistan.
Yes.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. And the Sultan, whose name is Randy Williams, is a 46-year-old radio DJ from San Diego. He is a self-appointed Sultan of Slowjamistan, which is a micronation, again, occupying about 11 acres. It's in an hour south of Palm Springs, and it has its own custom and border protection, of course. And it's a nod. The name is a nod to Slow Jam's music genre. It's not really considered a legal sovereign nation and not recognized by any government entity. He merely bought the land at the end of 2021 for $19,000 and promptly declared independence from the U.S. And basically established his micronation as a lighthearted, tight-knit community that pokes fun at typical trappings of statehood. Today, it boasts thousands of citizens, none of which actually live there, and they hail from more than 100 different countries. The group has its own federal holidays, laws, parliament, national animal, which is the humble raccoon. There's even a faux...
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, not kidding. There's even a faux Slowjamistan border, demarcated by official signs and haphazard sections of barbed wire, which you cannot easily step over. And it's funny because his mom was like, "Why are you buying this stuff? It's so silly." But now she sees the value of just having a humorous thing like that. There are actually over 100 active micronations around the globe, which differ in size and form, that typically involve legally unrecognized states. If you remember, there was the history behind Key West, when Key West became the Conch Republic, right? And that's where you see the Key West flag, because they made a big PR movement there. So, but unlike other secessionist movement in California or the wider U.S., Williams doesn't have any true separatist goals nor any kind of political agenda. Instead, he's just the fascinating rabbit hole of pretend nation building sucked him in several years ago, and he wants everybody to leave their labels at the door and just come into his mini desert kingdom and mingle with all the fun residents of Slowjamistan. Ah, good stuff. I don't know where you're finding the stuff, Sean, but it's quality, you know.
Well, and Lee, I don't think that we mentioned it, but anybody can join. Joining is simple. The only requirement is submitting your name, country of residence, and other basic details on the nation's website.
Okay.
So if you want to become a citizen of Slowjamistan, there you go.
Yeah, maybe Jose, you could put the his website on the chat, and then we can
Sure,
all
will
become.
do.
And in case
I
you
think we
need
should
someone to
make
go.
Jose go,
Yeah.
right? Let's make Jose go there. I
Yeah.
think I would pay to send him so he can live stream from
Yeah,
from
live
there.
stream from the border. Make sure you bring your passport. Anyway, great stuff again. Thank you, Sean, for posting that. All right, next up, Uno.
Uno.
Just need one person.
So Mattel is coming out with another variation of Uno, and they're looking for a chief Uno player. They will pay this person $277 an hour for a total of 4 weeks to play Uno Quattro with strangers in New York City. And then where it gets interesting, and create social media content featuring the new game.
Awesome.
Quattro is a new version. It combines connecting 4 tiles in a row, as in Connect 4, with the classic Uno game featuring matching numbers and colors. So this is where it gets interesting too. September 13th, the chief Uno player will teach players the game and participate in live streams and interviews. Any U.S. citizen over 18 can apply, as long as they can fulfill the job requirements, being able to sit for long periods of time, and can carry 50 pounds or more to move tents for game setup.
Oh, well, that's basic.
Right? Fine print.
Yeah.
So what I think is interesting, right, is Mattel is basically saying, we're going to create an influencer, right? We're going to pay you, and you're going to record everything that you do, and you're going to live stream, and you're going to do interviews. Oh, and you got to lug all your crap and set it up at the same time. But for
that's
$277
awesome.
an hour, I might play Uno.
I think what I love about this the most, Sean, is that when you play these games, a lot of times when people play these games over and over, they end up making their own house rules, right? So how many times have you played Monopoly?
Yes.
And some people's got some elaborate house rules. But a lot of times the house rules override so much that you end up creating your own game, right? So this, to me, this is probably created by 2 people sitting around going, why can't we combine Connect 4 and this and putting it together? And it's like everything of what we do in sessions, right? Mix and match and combine weird stuff, and then it helps you come up with something new. I've seen so many new games on the market that are like, I bet that came from somebody making some stuff up with a deck of cards because they were bored, right?
And Lee, you know what I totally never thought of too is I wonder if some of the game makers, because you ever had a game and you're like, well, these instructions is like 5 sentences. Like, what happens if this happens?
Right.
I never even thought that the game might be created where you can just do your own variations and your own rules to it too.
Right.
It's cool.
All right, Diana, I told you would get your wish, and now if you go to Burger King in Brazil, you will definitely get your wish. So, Jose, tell us all about
send Diana there.
yeah, and give us a report on the pink Whopper. Go for it, Jose.
This is amazing. So as you all know, Barbie is a brand that works around all, right? But it's also a brand that is always looking for new ways to connect with consumers. And this campaign is a perfect example of that. The Pink Meal is a limited edition combo meal that includes a Whopper Jr., small fries, and a small drink, all served in a pink box. This meal also comes with a Barbie doll dress and a Burger King uniform, my favorite. The campaign is really clever because it taps into 2 of Barbie's biggest strengths, the iconic brand and its ability to connect with kids and parents. The pink box is sure to appeal to kids, and the Barbie doll inside is sure to appeal to parents, definitely. But the campaign is also innovative because it's not just a traditional advertising campaign. It's a full-blown experience. Burger King is even creating special pink Barbie Happy Meal boxes and giving away free Barbie toys with kids' meals.
Nice.
This campaign is a great example of how brands can use creativity and innovation to connect with consumers in a new and engaging way. It's also a great example of how brands can collaborate to create something truly special. I think this campaign is going to be a huge success in Brazil. It's sure to generate a lot of buzz and excitement among Barbie fans and Burger King customers alike, and it's sure to leave a lasting impression on everyone who experienced it. So
Oh, it's
here's to
lasting.
you, Transformers. Yeah, exactly.
I've got.
Still waiting on my
Go ahead. Sorry.
Lee. What?
I said I've got a video when you're ready for it.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with the video.
Okay. Comes with a donut too?
I wonder what the sauce is. I really do. Oh, it's the Nesquik shake.
Damn.
Dude, it comes
Yo,
with a
this is so
donut.
great. Yeah, I know. And you know the nostalgia this gives me as a 90s kid, just to remember this whole like colorful experience whenever you went to either Burger
Yeah.
King or McDonald's. And now it's just like it's so depressive to go. It's like, yeah, I'm a 30-year-old guy. Like that's the
awesome.
vibe I get from McDonald's. But I need spirituality, I need light, I need colors. So yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing from
Awesome.
Burger King.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Jose. All right, we were moving on to using your force powers to pay the bill. First one who raises their hand gets to pay the bill. This is a new pay by palm technology that's at Whole Foods. It's being launched by Amazon by the year's end. So Amazon is bringing their pay by palm system to all the Whole Food stores by the end of the year. It's called Amazon One, and it lets users pay for items in stores by swiping their hand over the kiosk. These aren't the burgers you're looking for or whatever, and basically helping people make it easy to buy groceries. So this palm scanning payment system, you have to actually sign up first and scan your palm. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the My Disney experience when you have to do the biometrics when you go into the
The
park.
bracelets?
Yep, and bracelets and mixed with biometrics too. And then once they've connected their palm to a store credit card, they can just pay by simply waving their hand. They first introduced this technology in its Go cashierless stores, but later began adding it to Whole Foods. And now it is in more than 200 Whole Food locations, if you can believe it. And it's coming to all 500 stores in the coming months. So they're seeing growing demand for this type of technology to make it easier to shop with. But again, interesting way. We won't need to put our phones next to it. We won't need to what do you call it? Type in a code. Just use the palm of your hand. So crazy. Right?
I think this is a great fight against AI copying and like all these hacking systems.
Yeah.
Because like your face is always exposed, right? In
Yes.
comparison as your palms, it's really difficult for someone or something to scan your palm.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really good plot twist against all this movement of
interesting. That's an
face
interesting
recognition.
take on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
We potentially never need a key, right? Air quote, a key to access information anymore. Credit card, key to your house.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for the guy that we reported about 6 months ago who got the chip.
Who got the
Tesla
chip? Yeah, to open his
key
car doors. Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
inserted under his skin.
Yeah.
Well,
At the
well.
well, no, at the tattoo shop, no doubt. Remember?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because they're surgeons.
So we got to tell you that our good buddy Barry Jacobson, who works for a Disney consulting group called the Magic Makers, this guy Barry is really in tune with the future. He sends us more flying cars than we've ever seen before, more AI technology. He is just really great. Barry, if you're out in the audience, thank you for always sending us this great content. And this comes to us from Barry. And I think Sean, you should tell us about having better food choices in outer space.
Yeah, this is fascinating. I'm going to read a little bit more than I'm just chatting because it's really, really fascinating. So NASA had put on a search about making the availability of better food in space and for longer periods of time, because the technology is so limited. Like they said, you can't cook foods in space by boiling water, because lack of gravity keeps the bubbles from rising, and frying is out of the question.
Yeah, no sous vide.
Oil,
There's no sous videing in zero gravity, right?
right. And then they said, and even like with eating sandwiches, rules out sandwiches, because there's a crumb problem,
The
right?
crumb, yeah.
And salt and pepper, it goes everywhere. So this gentleman in 2020, Jim Sears, just funny how he started this. He had an unusual dessert for his family at Christmas. He was a hardware system engineer, and he spent most of the year in his garage building a prototype for zero gravity centrifugal oven designed for space. So his family, for Christmas dessert, got a cylinder-shaped upside-down cake encrusted with pineapple bits. So the contest from NASA, it started with 18 teams in 2021. 18 groups got 25,000. Then it narrowed down to 7, each getting 150,000, and then it was going to move to 1 getting $1.5 million to create their system. So the last piece here, his machine is called SATED, which stands for SATED, which stands for Safe Appliance, Tidy, Efficient, and Delicious. It's just bigger than a toaster, and it works like a washing machine, except instead of dirty clothes whirling around, all the cooking ingredients spin inside a cylinder that's warmed up by heaters that are used in things like space heaters or hair dryers and medical equipment. And in just a few minutes, it smashes all the ingredients together and cooks them into a cylinder that's about 5 inches in diameter and 3 inches tall.
Wow.
So
that sure does mean freeze-dried ice cream. I mean, that's what they normally eat, right?
I mean, I'd kind of just live on that.
I know, that's good stuff, actually. Seriously, though, that is super cool. It just good for them. We're going to spend them a lot more time in space. And you know, Virgin Galactic just took their first guest voyage recently. I just saw that in the news. So who knows? We might see these in commercial use for your what do you call it? First class meal up in Virgin Galactic.
And look, it is right around the corner, because the Artemis program with NASA, in collaboration with a couple other agencies.
Yep.
It's still scheduled to land on the moon next year, 2024, which is freaking crazy.
Better start manufacturing. SATED.
You know,
I love SATED.
Hey guys, you know what caught my attention from this article?
What?
The fact that just one person, just one engineer, was able to think of this for a year, right? And like he created this. Imagine what would happen if you put 100 engineers for just 1 year thinking of cool, crazy idea.
Yeah, collaboration.
Totally
We would have solved this a while back. Thank you. Good stuff. Thank you, Sean.
Power to a guy in his garage.
Yeah.
Right? There you go.
Yeah.
In a garage can do many things.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This is awesome. These clever Maybelline ads were real? Weren't real? What was it? Maybelline had a viral hit on its hands last week with a TikTok video that appeared to show a clever out-of-home advertising campaign involving some glamorous public transport. Scores of national and international media outlets reported that the makeup brand had put eyelashes on the London tube trains and buses and basically put up giant mascara wands to give said lashes some extra volume at strategic stops. The video was created actually using special effects, but it shows how easy it is to fool even traditional media. But it was really just their way of showing how you need a little bit extra attention on your eyelashes. So without further ado, I shall play the video here. Here we go. It's crazy because I thought it was real when I first looked at it. It totally reminded me of. Yeah, I fell for it, but I was thinking, boy, how dangerous is that to have that thing on the subway? You know, maybe hitting the top of the subway area. And I was thinking of that one promotion we did, Sean. I don't know if you were with Disney back in the day, but when we first launched Tower of Terror, we did Tower of Terror clings on elevators. And it terrified everybody. Like when the door shut, it would look. It was like this big drop, and everybody like we really got a lot of backlash for that one. But yeah, this one was just it was just using clever special effects. So, but still we got a lot of attention, in the media. So there is
The
that.
Libby,
Yeah.
the thing that gets me with this, again, I saw this. I saw this a while ago, and I thought it was real. I'm like, that is fantastic outdoor. Like,
Yeah.
how much stuff is going to continue to increase, and we don't know if it actually is real or not, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
a start.
who needs to actually spend the money to do that with outdoor when you could just do it with special effects and get the social media,
Right.
right? Like we don't even need to do those
True.
anymore.
Yep. Really interesting.
Yeah, Liz, you need those for your car for eyelashes. I see those a lot. Those are super cool. All right, going back to
That's
the
called yeah. When it's
go
on your car, it's called hoodwinks.
right. Oh, nice. All right, going back to the Barbie. Go tell us all about this one, Sean.
You bet. Again, one of the several really creative activations for Barbie. Mattel and Barbie partnered up with Bumble, and they added functionality through Bumble's compliments activation, which it's an in-app feature that helps people to spark conversations, and they can send positive compliments to people. So you have the cast of Barbie with a handful of the actors. They pop up with motivational pre-recorded messages and examples of positive reactions and compliments. Your taste in movies, sensational. Your bio, chef's kiss. And then it guides users of Bumble to send compliments of their own to potential matches. So the CEO of Bumble said, this creative overlap between the app and the film is helping to illustrate, quote, the power of kindness.
Well, you know,
When can you say no?
it's perfect timing for it too, Sean, because I've read a lot of articles that are having because of the message of Barbie, women are basically asking men before they'll date them, "What did you think of the Barbie movie?" and using that as a success criteria for whether or not I'm going to go out with you. So interesting that they do this right at this time, and it helps spark the conversation, right?
I'm so screwed. I'm so screwed on that.
Yeah, because you haven't seen the movie, so
Better see it.
you're gonna have to.
That was my worst small talk ever.
Yeah, you're gonna have to really defer that and just talk about something else. Well, you know, I saw Star Wars, blah blah blah, or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you saw it. You tell me how it was, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just mirroring everything.
We learned that in media
Jose
training.
like, I'm more of a Chewbacca kind of guy. Click.
All
I
right.
don't believe in this kind of stereotypes.
Okay, Jose, tell us about the alcohol that's not going to give us a hangover.
Well, okay, so this is really cool. I've been looking forward for this, and I don't want to say that I have problems with it. I just enjoy drinking.
Yes, that's
And this
going
is
on your
so
Bumble
cool,
profile too,
guys.
buddy.
I have to include like sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Just often. I'm gonna put often in drinking. Right. So scientific science. It just really blows my mind. So they try to find a way to create your favorite beverages, but in the way that they have no alcohol. So we've seen no alcohol beer and maybe champagne, but this takes it to another level. And this is just like going all full on alcohol, no kind of beverages, and you enjoy the taste of it, but you don't get the hangover of it tomorrow. So I find this extremely amazing. What about you guys? What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm all in for this. I don't necessarily care for the NA beverages. I know my brother doesn't drink anymore, so he loves them. He has NA wine and NA Heinekens and stuff like that. He loves this, but still, I love the fact that they're researching. It reminds me of the synthahol in Star Trek, actually. Speaking of nerd,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's really cool because they're not focused on just on revenues, I would say, but they're more focused on the health and
yeah,
the health issues that they might arise because of alcohol. And I mean, it's cool to drink once or twice a week, but if you do it more often, it will pay it like you will have to pay it forward at some time, and it's just not really good for you.
yeah.
So I'm really
Agreed.
happy that humanity has decided to to limit the amount of alcohol that we
Yeah,
ingest
agreed.
in a very cool way,
All in
right?
all in
So we can
moderation.
still be alcohol. Exactly. So we're gonna be alcoholics now without the alcohol. So I'm up for that.
Yeah,
I'm
good
set.
good stuff. All right, Sean Brown, you pulled this last one here as we get close to the end. I think it's awesome. I watched it. Also watched the 8-minute TED Talk, which came in about 2 years ago. But tell us a little bit about this before I roll the video.
Yep. So this was a video that was posted by I think it was Tim Ferriss on
Okay.
Tim Ferriss's Instagram account, which Tim Ferriss had reposted from
Questlove.
where did I have? Oh, Questlove.
Yep.
So Questlove had posted it, and on Questlove's Instagram, Ethan Hawke commented and replied, "Wow, thanks. Honored to have such a creative genius post and share this message on your account." So I actually want to watch the TED Talk, and I didn't realize that there was one, Lee.
Yeah, it's great.
Video. Why Ethan Hawke? I don't even know why, but just the message of creativity and creativity as a tool and an inherent, I don't know, just core of humans.
Yeah.
It was just a brilliant and inspiring story, especially in just today's world and talking about AI and all that stuff. To be human is to be creative, I would say.
Yep. All right, you ready for it?
Ready.
Here we go.
Do you think human creativity matters? Well, most people don't spend a lot of time thinking about poetry, right? They have a life to live and they're not really that concerned until their father dies. They go to a funeral, you lose a child. Somebody breaks your heart, they don't love you anymore. And all of a sudden, you're desperate for making sense out of this life. And has anybody ever felt this bad before? Or the inverse, something great. You meet somebody and your heart explodes. You love them so much you can't even see straight. You're dizzy. Did anybody feel like this before? What is happening to me? And that's when art's not a luxury, it's actually sustenance. We need it. And I believe that we are here on this star in space to try to help one another, right? And first we have to survive, and then we have to thrive. And to thrive, to express ourselves, all right, well, here's the rub. We have to know ourselves. What do you love? And if you get close to what you love, who you are is revealed to you, and it expands. For me, it was really easy. I did my first professional play. I was 12 years old. I was in a play called St. Joan by George Bernard Shaw at the McCarter Theater. And boom, I was in love. My world just expanded. And that profession, I'm almost 50 now, that profession has never stopped giving back to me. And it gives back more and more, mostly, strangely, through the characters that I've played. A lot of people really struggle to give themselves permission to be creative. And reasonably so. I mean, we're all a little suspect of our own talent. I think that most of us really want to offer the world something of quality, something that the world will consider good or important. And that's really the enemy, because it's not up to us whether what we do is any good. And if history's taught us anything, the world is an extremely unreliable critic. The time of our life is so short, and how we spend it. Are we spending it doing what's important to us? Most of us not. I mean, it's hard. The pull of habit is so huge. And that's what makes kids so beautifully creative, is that they don't have any habits. And they don't care if they're any good or not, right? They're not building a sandcastle going, I think I'm going to be a really good sandcastle builder. They throw themselves at whatever project you put in front of them, dancing, doing a painting, building something, any opportunity they have, they try to use it to impress upon you their individuality, right? It's so beautiful. So if you want to help your community, if you want to help your family, if you want to help your friends, you have to express yourself. And to express yourself, you have to know yourself. It's actually super easy. You just have to follow your love.
Wow.
Amazing. Sean, thank you so much
Wow.
for putting that in.
Speechless.
Yeah.
And you know what I would say? I think, and this is This is not trying to make something bigger out of the video, for us. But quite honestly, when we started this, actually, I think it might be 3 years ago this month. Guys,
Yes, definitely.
in the pandemic.
Wow.
We started it because Lee and I both did this separately. We love doing it. We love seeing new things, and this has become honestly just a thing of love for the three of us. Being able to share really interesting stuff and hopefully inspiring people. That's the whole point.
Absolutely.
It's just inspire how you think.
I love the part about you don't know. The world is really a horrible critic, and it's funny that Sarah and I had the same conversation over the weekend because we were talking about Beats Party Magic, and I was talking about we have maybe 7 to 25 people join us, which I love the fact that we have a good audience that joins us, but I'm not really doing the show for them necessarily, or even for myself. I'm doing it for someday my grandkids are going to discover it, right? They don't know about it. They're going to discover, they're like, oh my gosh, my grandfather did 150 DJ shows, and they're going to love it, right? And it doesn't matter to us today, but later on, like Ethan said, it's just really important. So just follow your passion. I love the fact that follow your passion. And I got to tell you, Sean, I love what we do here. I want to keep it up. Jose, I love your passion around sustainability. I love seeing all the things that you do. So my heart is with you and all of you all out there. And Sean, thanks for posting that. Super, super jazzed and energized. We are done for the day. If you see something great, please send it to Sean. Jose will put our brainstorm in the box at gmail.com in the chat. Make sure you check our link tree if you want to learn more about anything we learned. And make sure you go out and see the Barbie movie if you haven't already seen it. Like we will do.
That's right.
Don't be like us.
Yeah. And we might look into that man on the street interview thing. I think we should do more of that, like when people actually experience it, get them to send us a video or something like that. So we'll definitely look into that. But until then, fellas. Oh, also, wait, hold on. We want to tell you that we won't be here in September. We are taking a sabbatical in September. This is actually the last episode of Season 2. We'll be starting Season 3 in October, on October 13th. We look forward to inspiring you then. We will be doing a quick inspiration flash report to subside you in September until we get back in October. But we want to thank you for another great season of the Inspiration Report. Thank you to everyone for supporting us and for coming out and for being inspired and also for paying it forward, because you never know where that idea will lead and what it will inspire for other people, right?
That's right.
Exactly. Thank you, everyone. We love you all, and we love the fact that Josh kept his Ken attitude the whole episode. So thank you,
Josh. Josh says thank you. Hey. All right, we'll see you all next time. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.